Straight ahead here on Fox College Sports. This is the one a lot of people have been waiting for, 120 kilograms. Steve Mocco out in the red singlet, his opponent Tervel Dlagnev in the blue singlet.
We're talking about a 2008 Olympian in Steve Mocco, a 2009 world bronze medalist in Tervel Dlagnev. A couple years ago to make the 2009 world team, Dlagnev beat Mocco in a marathon 3-match series. 3 matches that went best 2 of 3, and they all went 3 periods. Tervel eventually won that world bronze medal, a Division II national champion twice for Nebraska Kearney, while the Bears, Steve Mocco, a 2-time national champ, once for Iowa, once for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's interesting. He won 2 NCAA titles at 2 different schools. Very, very interesting. How would you describe Mocco's style, Jason? I call him a bruiser.
Yeah, a bull in a china shop. You know, I mean, you bump into him, he's going to shove you through a wall. He's got great judo foot sweep. He's deceptively good with his snatch single, and of course the push out. He'll just bull you right across the mat.
That he will. But Tervel Dlagnev, very smart in his own right. A heavyweight who knows how to throw moves. He was the 2009 world bronze medalist. So he's been on that world stage before. Mocco, the Olympian. This is what a lot of people have been looking for. Big weight class, Les Sigmund, Don Bradley, Tommy Rowlands, and it comes down to Stephen Mocco and Tervel Dlagnev.
Well, Rowlands was 5th in the world. Bradley's a junior world champion. Sigmund was a world teamer last year. It's again, American heavyweights are typically deep weight classes. It's the same as said in women's freestyle, the same as said in Greco-Roman. Right here, men's freestyle, weights dominated by guys like Stephen Neal, Bruce Baumgartner, Gary McCoy. This is the next generation of those guys that are winning world medals. Dlagnev's already got one. And interesting about Tervel, he was in 10th grade, just an overweight kid that wanted to lose some weight, so he went out for wrestling. Wasn't really highly recruited. Ends up going to wrestle for Coach Mark Bauer at Nebraska Kearney. They want to be an 84-pounder, 184. Well, guess what? Hey, gets hurt, red shirts, comes back, says, all right, eat, become a heavyweight, and he was a 4-time All-American, a 2-time Division II national champion. His senior year, he rolled through everybody in Division I. He was the best college wrestler in the country that year, his senior year, while at Nebraska Kearney.
Well, he's fed off of that nicely, moving into Olympic-style wrestling, and as you said, already has a world medal.
And we go to the ball draw, man.
So we are down 0-0 at the end of the 2-minute period. By virtue of being in the red singlet, it's going to be Mocco who's going to have the draw first. And you look at the gas that both these big guys have. Mocco draws blue, so that means Dlagnev is going to have the single leg clinch.
Well, it's been a while since we've had to go to that bag van. It's been 4, actually, because actually that's 5 because Ruiz drew the ball in the Greco match. So now all 5 ball draws tonight have been blue.
I will tell you this: that Mocco's one of the best guys when he has to put the single leg clinch on his opponent. But right now it's Dlagnev putting it on Mocco, and he takes Mocco right straight on down to his back for 3 points. And Tervel Dlagnev wins the first period 3-0.
And you see the strategy there. I mean, you break down to a hip. You try to stop the action, and then you try to throw your opponent over. If that momentum does not stop, you might see the wrestler go over, but he's still going to get 3 points. Now, if you stop, you sit to the hip, you stop the motion, then you throw it through. That's when, like in this case, Mocco would have been awarded the 2 for the counter, but that's not the case.
That's not the case because Dlagnev held him down there and got that 3 points out of that.
The momentum never stopped because Tervel took the leg, you drove him over. If you get down to your hip and out to the side, that's all they'll keep wrestling going. As soon as you drop your butt, and you're not in a defensive position, they're going to call that 1 point, or in this case, 3 point for exposure every time.
Second period underway. Stephen Mocco, the red singlet, 29 years of age. Tervel Dlagnev, he's 25 years old. Dlagnev was second in this competition in 2009 and 2010. But I've talked to the freestyle coaches, and they're excited about this young man's future. Mocco tying up upstairs with Tervel Dlagnev. If anybody's going to drop low or change the angles, I might think it'd be Dlagnev. They're near the edge of the mat. They go out of bounds, and it was Mocco who stepped out, and Dlagnev picked up the point.
Yeah, it looked like Mocco had the advantage driving Tervel out, but whizzing hard on the edge, whipping Mocco over. Mocco was the first one to hit the hand and the head out of bounds, so a 1-point push out for Tervel Dlagnev, really countering a Mocco attempt.
Dlagnev has a 1-0 lead as they come down to the 1-minute mark. 1 minute remaining, under one. If Dlagnev holds steady or picks up an additional point, he'll be back on the podium as a national champion.
It's kind of what we might have expected between these two, a real low-scoring, brooding style of match, because Tervel likes to create his offense with leg attempts, having been a lighter weight that learned to wrestle and grew into his heavyweight frame. Mocco's always been a heavyweight, always been, but he's offensive with his foot sweeps. I mean, he's one of the best high school wrestlers in history out of Blair Academy, New Jersey. It's just a powerful series of heavyweight moves. He's just grown. He's a huge heavyweight.
15 seconds remaining, Jason.
There you see the missed foot sweep there.
Dlagnev wants to stay smart out in the center of the mat. Steps away very nicely. Mocco says, let's get wrestling. The seconds tick away, and Tervel Dlagnev wins the second period and wins the 120-pound national title. Your national champion, Tervel Dlagnev.
They have a little words.